my name is Christine. Welcome. Today we're going to look at the health of your wrists. So I am a massage therapist and my hands get a lot of work, and I have suffered the hard way, the painful way, and realizing I need to take better care of these bad boys, right? The hands and the wrists, and even right up to the elbow. So I wanted to share with you a few tricks. So if you have any pain, carpal tunnel, tendonitis, different types of things, we're going to explore a little bit of that today. But before we do, be sure to go over to christine-gannett.com and you can sign up for a 21-day self-care yoga challenge all for free. Just sign up over there and I will send you short yoga practices for 21 days to just get you reconnected with yourself and back on your mat for a little bit of self-care every day. All right, so let us begin. So first things first, I want to talk about why our wrists are in pain. So often it's from overuse, repetitive movements. There can be pinched nerves, there can be tightness, there can be weakness. So whatever it is that you're experiencing, I want you to keep in mind one thing. If it hurts, don't do it. Right? So it's pretty simple. If it hurts, it's not the thing that's right for you right now. So I'm going to give you a series of different types of exercises that we can do to either strengthen the forearms and the hands, and often a sore muscle is a weak muscle, so that strengthening can often help go a long way. It can help quite a bit. But I'm also going to give you some stretches and different things for mobility. Depending on what you've got going on, some of these exercises might be wonderful and really help you to rehabilitate back to a place of mobility and comfort, and some of these exercises might not feel right at all. And I want you to listen to yourself. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of exercises, and then you get to see which ones work for you, and then listen to your body and only do the ones that work. And then you can come back to the other ones at another time, maybe after you have rehabilitated a little bit. What we don't want to be doing is working through pain, because that means that we're working through inflammation, and we might also be aggravating nerves. We don't want that. So if in the end some of the pain that we experience is related to weakness, one very simple thing we can do is strengthen. I have actually a little weight over here. So this is 5 pounds. It might be a little bit robust for you. You might want to start with 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. You can just pick up an object. It doesn't have to be a hand weight, but something that you can grip firmly. I'm just going to bring this chair over here for myself. And what we're going to do is we're going to rest the elbow on the chair so that we have a full range of motion, full extension and flexion of the wrist, where we can go down and we can come up with that weight. So what I do is I hold the weight, nice firm grip, and then I like to stabilize the arm up here, and then slow movements down and all the way back up. There was a period of time where this exercise wasn't right for me. It aggravated the pain that I had, and I had to back off and put these exercises on ice for a little bit. I had to put my arm on ice too, but that's okay. It came back, and yours will too, with the right kind of care and attention. Right? You can do 3 sets of 10 reps like this. Slower is better, right? And then of course, the same thing with the other arm, up and down, full range of motion, keeping the arm steady, right? So that can help to strengthen. You'll feel that in your forearm mostly. You'll notice that a lot of the strengthening for our wrists, for our hands, is actually strengthening of forearm muscles. Another thing you can do, either standing or sitting. There's a few exercises here that actually have movement in your hands. So if you sit in a nice tall position, or if you stand with your feet firm on the ground in any type of, in the same way that you would if you were getting ready for your yoga practice, you just take your arms out to the side. You want to be sure that your hands are in line with your shoulders, so they're neither too high nor too low. Neither are your arms too far back or too far forward. So really just straight out from the shoulder. And I want you to extend your fingers out and then make fists with your hands. Extend out very actively, reaching long out of your fingertips, and then grip, making a fist. And you're gonna go back and forth slowly with this, keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the core engaged so that your body is steady. And then slowly starting to increase the pace. So open, close, open, close, open, close, a little faster, my arms creep up, I'll bring them down, faster, closer, fast and close and open and close and faster, faster, faster. Right, there you go. So you might notice as you're doing something like this that your forearms are starting to get a little bit tired, your shoulders might be getting a little bit tired, and all of that might actually be contributing to your pain, aka the weak muscles that are getting tired doing something like this, right? And then you can shake it out. Another one that we can do with our arms out is we make little beaks, little bird beaks with our hands, right? So you're just making little beaks, you're keeping the fingers engaged. Bring your arms out. Again, you want to have your hands at the height of your shoulders, neither front or back, neither higher nor lower, okay? And then you're gonna make little half moons with these fingers. So you're gonna point them down, and then you're gonna rotate back and then up. And you can go opposite directions with each one. And I want to try and keep this so that it's not coming from your shoulders, and instead is coming as best as you can from your wrists. So you might feel it a little bit in your elbow, the movement, which makes total sense. The ulnar and the radius there are moving around, right? Those are your forearm bones, right? And just doing this faster and slower, whatever feels right. Kind of getting to that point where you feel like your muscles are getting a little bit fatigued. That's how you know you're getting stronger, just like if you were to do a workout. And shake that one out. Good. So aside from that, we also have mobility and stretching that can be a contributor to helping ease any pain, any pinched nerves, and just getting that range of motion going again in the hands, especially if you're sitting there on a computer all day, click, 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 right? I'm a massage therapist. I've got lots of repetitive movements and motions that I'm doing with my hands. There are so many different things that we could be doing with our hands that are becoming repetitive, and we're losing range of motion just like any other part of the body. So one thing that we can do, okay, arms out in front of you, palms up, and you're simply going to start with a thumb, curling it in, index, middle, ring, pinky, and then pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, and keep going like that, thumb through to pinky, pinky through to thumb, and when we open, we're extending out again. And when we close, we're squeezing it in. You're trying to isolate each finger. My hands are pretty tight. My mobility's never been great in my hands. And with the work that I've been doing for years now, I need to give this some more attention. Good. And then you can reverse the order. Start with your pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Okay, keep going. Now, the harder any one of these exercises is, notice I didn't say painful, okay? Just harder. If you're like, this is like weird for my hands, they don't want to do this, it's all the more reason why you probably need that movement. Good. You can shake that out. Another one I like, it's similar but not exactly the same. Bring your hands up, keep your shoulders relaxed, right? We're not trying to create tension in other parts of the body, right? And it's a pretty simple one. You just touch the fingers to the thumbs, right? So you're gonna start by touching your index to your thumb, keeping all the other fingers still stretched out, then switching to your middle finger. Ooh, I got a good stretch there in my fingers. Ring finger and pinky. Going back, ring, middle, index. And just keep going back, extending out of the fingers while they're straight, and then stretching them down when they come down. Oh, that's another good one. I really feel like my hands need that. All right, we can also come onto our hands and knees here. We'll do a few more stretches for the forearms. Right, so if you bring your hands as though you're gonna come into a cat-cow or a downward dog, spreading your fingers wide, and from here, simply wanting to lift up onto what we call ridge tops. So ridge tops are when your fingers and the base of your knuckles are still on the ground, but every other part of your hand lifts up. So some people are able to get their palms sort of straight up and down here, like a 90-degree angle between the finger and the hand. I have never been able to do that. So you just pop up onto the ridge tops and then bring the heels down, pop up, heels down. You can do that a few times. Again, you can try and count out some reps. Maybe you want to do this 10 times. Just helping to increase some range of motion here, getting some stretching. Next up from here, turn the hands so that your fingers are pointing out, thumbs forward, the wrists are facing one another. And again, ridge tops, down, ridge tops, down. Again, 10 times. All right, you ready to go for more? Turn your hands so that your fingers are pointing back, your thumbs are out to the sides, and your wrists are now facing the short edge of your mat. This can be a big stretch. You may not be able to go completely here right away, and that's okay. And again, if you're feeling any pain, back off, skip this one, do something else. If this does feel like a good stretch, deep sensation, right? Sensation, not pain. So no burning, no pinching. You should be able to breathe through it. You can go a little deeper by starting to rock back and forth a little bit. This will give you a deep forearm stretch and help to increase the mobility in the wrists. Good. To come out, slowly bring your hands to the sides, and then back forward and shake it out. You got one more on the mat like that, and I'm going to show you one last simple wrist stretch and another mobility. So, coming back forward, I'm going to flip onto the tops of your hands. Coming onto the top of the hand, fingers are pointing back, thumb is to the inside. And if you can, you do it with both hands at once. To really deepen this, try to straighten the arms, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. This is deep stretch, and there is a little bit of weight in the hands. So if this is just not even gonna work for you, you can try doing just one hand at a time so that you're taking some of the weight out of in the hand and just trying to straighten the arm, bend it again, straighten, feel how that deepens your stretch. And then do the other one until eventually feeling like maybe you can stand on both hands at the same time. Good. We have one more here. So just stretching out. This one's straightforward, right? You can just stretch your fingers. So I like to take my thumb and put it at the base of the finger while I pull the finger back. But up here isn't going to do much. Stretch your arm out in front of you. Bring the whole hand down while you stretch the finger. Good. And then move to the next finger. And the next. You can hold this for a little longer than we're doing today. I just wanted to show you a whole series of movements and stretches so that you can figure out what works for you. These are some things that I've been starting to send some of my clients home with. The thumb's always a funny one. You get right into the fleshy part, pulling the thumb back, keep that forearm stretched out. And I know that it's gone a long way in helping me rehabilitate my own wrists and arms for the work that I do every day. Remember, a sore muscle is often a weak muscle. And if you're feeling tightness and stiffness, you're only going to get that mobility back if you stretch and mobilize. Good. And last one, shake that out. Touch your wrists together. And then roll to the backs of your hands. Bring your hands down and through and back up again. Do that a few times. The idea here is that you're getting that mobility. You're fanning the fingers out here, but also that you're kind of giving the wrists a little bit of a massage. So you want to feel them touching each other along the way if that's possible for you, and you can go the other direction as well. Good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that at least some of these exercises feel accessible to you and your wrist. Remember, any pain, don't do it. right? We're not here to aggravate things and to make things worse. We're here to feel better, right? So any number of these exercises might feel appropriate for you depending on where you're at in your healing journey with your wrists. And if you can do all of the exercises, even better, do them and do them often so that you don't find yourself in a place where you have wrist pain. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.